Mike is hot back at it again. Welcome to League Podcast, Season 1, Week 2, CFB 27. We down one man, so we're going to do a little substitution here. But we'll start with the regular. My up, your down, your left, my right. The new coach of the Michigan Wolverines. Fries, how you doing today, big dog?
What's up, man? I'm good. Happy to be here. New season rolling. Games frequently to watch and to play. It's a good time. So happy to be here.
Yes, sir. And the man that joined late, we all had questions. We're concerned for his well-being, and he said, "Mind your business. Mama ain't raised no fool. We gonna take TCU." Nate, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good and happy to be here. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Yes, sir. Let's just get started right into it. New game, new defense, new offense. Some people waving the red flag hate the game. Fries, how you feel about it?
Uh, I got a positive outlook always, so I'm not the best person to ask, but it's a new game, so things are going to be different with it. Plenty of stuff you can point at, and maybe it's not the best right now, but for what it is, I love that they're intent defensively, like to give us way more control of stuff. I love that idea. I like the NIL aspect. There's parts of it that, yeah, I think still need some hammering out, but I like the vision a lot. And we talked last pod that it looked like the run game was going to be strong, and it is. As somebody who loves to run and also love playing run defense, this is great for me because it's hard. It's hard to stop the run. So locking up the run now, when you do, you really feel like you're doing something, and that's some of my most strongest enjoyment in the game is shooting gaps and being in the right spot, making great plays with the user. So I'm good, man. I think it's early. We'll see a patch. I see how this patch applies, and I'm sure we'll get another one soon. It looks like it's coming, so I'm good.
Nate, while we got you on the podcast, man, let's talk about a little bit of your background. We're in 27. We know you were here in 26 for a few weeks. Talk about your transition into 27, and then what made the change from West Virginia to TCU as a final landing spot.
Yeah, so the transition, we'll start there. 26, I was just about a 500 player, a little bit above or a little bit below in most of my dynasties. I started most of them late, though, because I didn't play the game at the beginning of the year. So I came in and took over a lot of teams in most of my dynasties that were usually fucked up by somebody else. That's why they quit. Or, they were 0 or 2 and 5 or 6 when I took them over. Versus this year, kind of starting at the beginning, which has helped me so far. And then I put an insane amount of hours into the game already. I think I'm at 180 plus hours already on 27. So I've got the reps in. I love the new catch meter. That's been a blessing for me. I only use it on deep throws and throws I think that's past 15 yards, just to not fiddle with it on drags and stuff like that. And yeah, I've seen really good success in both the grind and then the league in here. And actually, I haven't lost a game yet in any of the online dynasties. So really rolling. As of right now, I actually just played OG Do or Die, and in a different league. I want to say it was either Zevy's league or, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was actually Zevy's league. He had Oklahoma State, and I want to say I had Texas Tech, and I kind of grinded out the dub there. So that was a big confidence boost for me. I know how talented he is. And then even with the better team, I kind of felt like going into that game, like I'm probably in trouble here. And so just to even hold my own, let alone win the game, it was a big, big morale boost. So it's been a massive change for me. The defense is I think probably the number one thing, and then run blocking has also been huge for me. And then the switch from West Virginia to TCU, actually was brought on mostly by Bags. So I'm a West Virginia fan, and I think they have a really like underrated roster on here. Their biggest problem, I'd say, is pipelines. I mean, they have Tidewater at 3, and another one that's also level 3, but long term just probably would have been the wrong move. So I ended up going TCU, and they actually, I think, as long as I win games this year, especially in the tier I'm in, like I said, I could see a world where I'm going into Florida that last week, and I'm something like 9-2, maybe even 10-1 with my only loss coming to Oregon. As long as I play well and handle business, and if that's the case, I'm sitting at a 4-star going into year 2, can hit the portal hard, and I'm in a pretty good spot with a pretty young team to where yeah, I think that could really be beneficial. And then 5-star pipeline in East Texas, 5-star in North Texas was really the like, okay, does it make sense to be West Virginia when there's a school on the board with pipelines like that? And I didn't think it did in the long run. So
Shout out West Virginia, man. It's where my good homie from school was is their GM right now. So that's my second team, I guess, unofficially. But I rock with them heavy. Hopefully they get right.
yeah, it's sick, and it's dope to hear that. And yeah, I'd say in real life they're probably back, bro. I'd say in real life they're probably back. I think Michael Hawkins is an underrated get for them. I mean, Cam Cook led the entire NCAA in rushing last year, and then Amari Latimer is a freshman from Georgia. Pretty much broke every Georgia high school rushing record. I think that's a name here over the next couple of years that yeah, people will come to know as kind of a powerhouse name over there in West Virginia. So
What's up?
big shout out to you.
Yes, sir. Let's go over some of these games. I don't know if y'all had a chance to catch any of them. We'll start with the Mumbo versus. No, that's not Mumbo. Is it? LSU Clemson.
Yeah, it's
LSU
Mumbo and
Ole
Cole.
Miss was last week. Okay. No, I didn't have a chance to catch that one.
Really good game. Mumbo and Cole game was good, super competitive. I think Clemson's starting roster is just not what it was last year. Last year, their starting roster is probably top 2 or 3 in the game. Like very, very, very good. This year, it's not that. And LSU has some stuff, man. They do got some juice. I think that was more. It seemed like to me that Cole hadn't really played a bunch, and it just seemed like Mumbo had a little more reps on how things work. Figured that one out, but entertaining game, good comp.
Gotcha. What games did you have a chance to take a look at this week?
Seen the A&M Oklahoma game.
Okay. How'd you feel about that one?
That's been the most surprising game so far to me this year. I mean, pretty equal rosters, but yeah, I was definitely expecting Bag to pull that one out. That just kind of slipped away there at the end. But yeah, that was the most surprising game to me so far this year.
When you say surprising, as far as the result or how Bag looked in the game?
I think the result. I mean, when I had originally tuned in, it was fourth quarter. Bag had the lead, and then I don't know if it was maybe being on the road. Oklahoma is a little bit of a tough place to play, or what happened. But the 2 turnovers there in the fourth quarter was pretty much the difference, in what I seen. And yeah, it was just surprising. I think Bags usually probably beats Heavy D, but you guys said they did run some warm ups, so. And Heavy D, kind of came out. So maybe this is Heavy D's year. Most of that's, basing it off of performance last year. So
Gotcha. How you who else have you had a chance to watch? Froz? Not necessarily this. Oh, and by the way, the Texas A&M Oklahoma game did happen. Back threw a pick on the last possession, so that's going to end up being an Oklahoma win at home. Just for the people trying to keep keep up. Sorry, go ahead, Frost.
Yeah, I was going to tiptoe around it, but I think we got to talk about it. That Alabama Notre Dame game.
Okay, okay. What do we need to
Uh,
talk about?
well, just your thoughts in general on that first, and I'll respond after you. Tell me how you feel how the game went.
um, I personally I got to be better. I can't let the game be that close. He played good defense, but I feel like I was getting away from what the game is versus what I wanted it to be. Like having 35 plus pass attempts is okay if it's needed, but not something that's warranted just to do because I want to pass the ball. To hold him to 16 points, I short of like 2 or 3 busted plays in my last 5 or 6 games, I've held all of my opponents to 14 points. So par for the course right now. Defense looked about where we needed it to be. Offense just needs to be a little better. We got the talent. It was me. I lost that game. I think he had a couple opportunities realistically to win it, especially in that fourth. I think he threw a pick when he really shouldn't have. Like I don't know what the read was there, but it was close enough for him to get the game in overtime. So from my perspective, we did okay. Don't accept what you wouldn't in a win, that you wouldn't in a loss. So it was offensive got to be better. We got to get back to what we know works. Take a page out of your book. Play a physical a brand of football, and that's what we're gonna bring moving forward. And then just make sure you can beat man press because I know that's what you see a lot. And it was really frustrating. Like I know I got talented dudes out there, and they just were taking too long to get off the press. It was 1 or 3 all game, and it was just and he sprinkled 4 in very rarely, but it was frustrating because I know we are the better team in my head. So that's how I felt about that. But again, shout out to him. He got the job done when the exact time he needed to, and we just need to be better. But and we will be. We if I gotta beat somebody by 15 because EA is gonna give them 7 points, and I need to start being better by 20, and that's just the mindset moving forward.
Thanks. Okay, I mean that's solid breakdown. I think watching the game, it was a competitive game. Um, it just seemed like Chuck's offense just wasn't really there. Like you said, the 86 passing yards total, and he didn't run for 100 either. So, I mean, he was pretty boxed. Um, kind of one of those games where you might have just needed, like you said, just run the rock a little bit just to mix it in somewhat because you had
8 carries for 7 yards.
yeah, that's gonna be tough. I think any kind of run in that game, any kind of just controlling the clock, I feel like you get that done. But shout out Chuck too for winning. I'm not trying to be negative on his dub because that's a good dub for sure. But box score wise, I have no idea. Like if I just blindly watched the box score, didn't watch the game, looked at the box score, I don't know how he won this game. I mean, 86 yards passing, didn't really go crazy on the ground. His quarterback had 2 rushing touchdowns, but only 35 yards, 8 carries from the quarterback, and he turned it over. So those are the ones I guess he's probably like, well, we didn't deserve to win, but we won, so it don't matter.
It looks like it was a bloodbath for sure.
It was. It wasn't pretty, but defense did exactly what they needed to do. It was frustrating that the quarterback was able to scamper up the middle for the game winner in overtime, but it was no moral victories. But I liked what I saw.
I hear that.
Want to talk about the Michigan Texas Tech game? How you feel? You mind if I start on this one?
No, please. I did that for you, so yeah, please.
Bring a hard hat and a lunch pail. Is oh buddy. I hate to keep saying we talked about it on the pod a couple weeks ago, but if you don't have run defense, it's gonna be a long day. 3rd and 10 is a rundown, and if you don't know, now you know.
Blowing on my spot a little bit, but
they'll find out immediately. 3rd and 10 is a rundown, and if you don't think so, you will find out the hard way. You look comfortable, a little more comfortable than you did last year, because the not necessarily the pancakes, but blocking is just. Let's not even say blocking. Targeting is much better this year. So your power spread type of style is flourishing, especially when you got good backs. And then on top of that, you got Underwood able to hit somebody with a read option when they're not expecting it, and he can get on out of there real quick, fast and in a hurry. So, like what I'm seeing from you on offense. I don't want to call it high powered. I don't want to boot your head up too much.
let's not lie. I'm not there yet at all.
but you're looking comfortable, and I don't know if right now this early in the game there's a much better compliment I'm willing to give out than you look comfortable, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I'll take that. I'll take that for sure.
How you feel about your 2 games so far this year?
Well, one was play the computer week 1. I didn't even play. I just got a force win. But this that mall game was actually a pretty good game. He played. I thought he played pretty well. I think the score ended up being closer than the game felt. I felt pretty in control. As long as I didn't throw bad pick six or turn it over, I felt like I had that one handled. And that run, like you said, I like running. I like running with multiple backs too. So I need to make sure I keep my backups fresh. I got a solid backup, so I keep them in there. Keep my starters fresh. And I like how the game's going right now. I do. I like how it feels. Defensively, I'm not where I want to be at all. Maul put up 30 something on me. I mean, that's a lot. It's a lot.
Looks like his pick was the difference in the game.
Yeah, I agree with that. Turnover. But nah, good game, and one that with my schedule coming up, we couldn't lose that one at all. Had to win that one, take care of business, because I got some tough ones coming up for sure. I did want to, speaking of cover, I think I play next week. I play Indiana. That's going to be the grudge match, sneak peek. But I wanted to shout out him for playing pretty good ball right now. He kind of took it to Miami. Looking pretty solid. We know his style, how he likes to play. And I feel like so far, it's looking like he's got a good chance, especially with that man we talked about, how that works defensively. I'm not a huge fan of Indiana's roster to start. I know they're supposed to be really, really good, but in the game, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. What do y'all think about that?
I think Indiana has one of the best, if not probably the second or third best roster in the whole game.
Yeah.
Wow. So you think different? Okay.
Differently, as a whole program, I think they didn't do him any favors, not increasing any of their pipelines, but I guess they got NIL to kind of offset that. But roster-wise, it'll carry him for a minute if he needs to.
Yeah,
I mean, the overalls I see yes, but like the specific players, I don't know. Maybe after I play him, I'll change my tune.
Marsh, just off the top of my head, Marsh at receiver, Becker at receiver. Both of those dudes are two of the best in the game, in my opinion. Hoover is actually pretty deadly unless you can get him to move around. So if with John Daly coming off the edge, if you can get him to have to kind of move around, you'll be in a good spot. It looks like you only gave up maybe 2.4 yards a rush, something like that, 2 yards a rush. against Tech, and they have better backs than Indiana's. I think you should be probably good there. And then, I mean, their defense, though, is unreal. I mean, Indiana's defense is unreal. They probably have the second best D line in the game behind Oregon. And then Hardy, the linebacker, is probably second or third best outside linebacker in the game behind maybe Perkins and Buddy from Oregon as well. And their DBs are pretty lethal. Sharp, AJ Harris, Burrell at safety, and then strong safety is where they can also be picked apart a little bit at as well. Because Zachman's pretty good, but he's slow as dirt.
Word. All right, put me on game a little bit. Put me on notice. I appreciate that.
Nate, who have you had the pleasure of watching, and so far, who has surprised you?
So right now I've seen J. Ross games and I've seen the Bags games. Like I said, Heavy D surprised me in the Bags game because he clutched it up late. I thought Bags played really well till late in the game. There was just a couple mistakes that kind of bit him in the ass. But I also think J. Ross playing really well. Everybody makes fun of him for the playmaker stuff. Seems like he's at least toned that down since that's kind of started. And then he only has one loss, if I'm correct, as of right now. The win at LSU is when I was like, okay, he might be something to really have to watch out for. Anytime you win at LSU, you're in a good spot. And then the loss to Georgia, 35-31 even, if you go look at the box score, he didn't stop the run, and that's what lost him the game. But even in the box score, more total yards offense, more first downs, more plays. Still didn't rush like Georgia. Georgia had 28 carries for 278 and 5 touchdowns. But, I mean, he still had 18 carries for 134 and 2 touchdowns, 7.4 yards a carry. I think most games that's going to be enough to get you where you need to be. And then, he's looked pretty comfortable with that Ole Miss squad. He's looked pretty comfortable. So I'd say that's been my biggest surprise all in all, and probably my favorite person to watch so far. Trying to tune into more games, though, here as the season progresses.
League-wide right now, because I think it's so early. I really don't know who's going to win most games. I mean, they can go either way. Super matchup dependent and just, play style dependent. So I like that. I like how Missouri's playing also early. Now he's got a crazy dog RB, but
probably the number one running back in the country.
Yeah. I mean, he's insane. But I think he beat, was it week 1 or week 2? I'm thinking about week 1 when he went to Penn State and got that done.
Yes, sir.
I was put on full notice. That's Titans Ryan. He's according to him, he's not great at this game, but I know how much time he puts into it, and I know that he's gonna probably end up being pretty solid just based on his track record. So going there and kind of, I mean, I don't want to say smacking him, but that's pretty much what happened. He beat him by 16, handled business. Shout out him for early hot start. New to the league too, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, so that's how you make an intro. Start making people notice. That's what's up. And he just beat. I didn't get to watch the game, but I saw that he beat Ill Will earlier.
Oh,
seemed like a good one, 35-34.
Oh man.
I know it's a podcast favorite. Ill Will get more love on his pod than anybody. So
that's crazy. What a crazy statement.
Seemed like a good game though. Seemed like a good game.
Yeah, but I'll have to look at it here shortly, cause let me just look it up right now. Tell you who he is, because I think he's in the Limitless League, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. While you're doing that, if you're listening, please do save your VODs. I know we ask all the time, but personally, I just like to watch them when I don't catch them live. We also will condense the games, cut them up. You get coins for sending them in, so it's just really a no-brainer to save those and post them. Get those coins right. Because when you get them right, you can get on the pod like Nate. Get you a segment or a show, not even a segment.
Yeah, Nate got in good right now. Messed
Mm-hmm.
around. Bag ain't even here. He was like, I got you guys. And was available on top of that.
Yeah, and it's spitting too. He ain't just on the pod. He's dropping
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of wisdom, man. Yes.
Yeah. J
Locked in.
Hibbs. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
most people probably won't be hip unless you are in the other league. That's Jay Hibbs. If I'm not mistaken, he was Ohio State in the Limitless League. Won a couple natties over there. So yeah. So what? Zay, him. I think there are two or three other dudes that he brought in from that league. All of them were top competitors over there. I know at least two of them won natties over there, so he brought them over here. And then, as Frowls like to say, ill will always got to get a little bit of love. That Oklahoma State is pretty good though. Not even just the user. I know they got that new head coach, but they had a dynamite running back and quarterback that could sling that thing. Because I caught Nate's game when he was playing OG.
Yeah, they got the North Texas squad from last year.
Yeah, because that coach went over
August
there. Because I caught that game versus OG, and I tried. That's what I was kind of talking to you about in the podcast chat. Trials. I was like, if you want to get some, just watch how OG is moving right now. The squad looked good, but like Nate said, I don't know if he is super comfortable yet. I don't know if he's locked in a playbook because I know he was running U trips or Y off trips close that they finally put in this year in Utah State. And then I think he was running either Bowling Green or Cal. But he's still playbook hopping, so
Yeah.
it's still early in the game.
I think he put that in the chat too. He was saying he's been in 3 different leagues. He's in 3 different playbooks.
But
Never the best formula. So
who
If there's
else?
one person I'm sure that'll figure it out at one point or another, it's probably him. So
yeah, his track record's too good. I agree.
No doubt. No doubt. Like to see it. Just want to pause for a second. As a non-native, somewhat Texas Tech fan that's been to a couple of games, I like the older logo better. Not the biggest fan of the change.
I like the new one. I just like the direction that whole program is headed, and I hope the Big 12, if it stays together, is able to keep them around. Because I mean, I got a feeling that the SEC will probably maybe get rid of Vanderbilt and somebody else here in the next couple of years, probably like Mississippi State. Maybe not Mississippi State because they actually bring in quite a bit of money with football, but probably Vanderbilt and start trying to poach one of these other schools from either the ACC, like Miami, or
Whoa,
uh,
slow down, fella.
possibly
Slow down,
what
fella. Slow down, fella. Relax. Let's leave
man.
Miami out of this.
I hope Texas Tech sticks around. That program has a chance to be the new Texas or Oklahoma for the Big 12. They invested a lot in the stadium. That oil money runs long, and right now, if they had Brendan Sorsby this year, a lot of people will be talking about them as more than likely a playoff
Listen,
championship
man.
contender.
Texas Tech got that, like you said, the oil money. They got a billionaire back in the football, and then on top of that, I don't know why. Will Howard was a starter, and he was injured.
Yeah,
So for people to be like, "Oh man, they're really gonna miss Brendan Swords," it's like, all right, I know y'all don't really pay attention to what's happening in Lubbock, but the dude that was behind him was a bona fide starter before he got injured. So it's not
absolutely.
like,
Well, Hammond, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Hammond's he's quality. He's definitely quality. But I mean, Sorsby, we're talking about he was looked at like Darian Mensah in the portal. We're talking about a guy who probably would have been rated 90 or 91 on the game, and then in real life, he was one of the most highly regarded QBs in the portal there. So it's like Hammond is good. I think he could be serviceable. I don't think he's on the same tier as Brendan Sorsby would have been.
Yeah, but again, it's Big 12 football, so anything can happen any given Saturday. But
I think they'll
Absolutely.
be good again, man. I think they're having a good year again. I really do. It just
oh,
might
for
be
sure.
capped, like y'all are saying. It might just be capped a little bit, but I think they're still a playoff team or right in that mix.
Yeah, I think they have
Listen,
probably a top 5 defense in the country this year still.
let's. I know we haven't had a chance to really deep dive into it, but new patch came out today. We'll just start there without patch notes. How do you guys feel? And we'll start with you, Nate. How do you feel about recruiting and the change to recruiting so far this year?
So overall, I hope they fix recruiting. I can't really say either way because I've been playing Road to CFP and online dynasties today. So I'm not exactly sure, but they claim to have fixed the 4 stars not getting recruited and stuff like that, which I think will be probably more of a factor for like people's offline dynasties and stuff like that than it really will be for these online dynasties. But also it should help with the onlines because I know a couple years down the line people were saying that the CPU schools weren't recruiting basically, so they'd end up being 58, 60 overalls and stuff like that, which, if you try to bring somebody in the off season or something, it just kind of kills them using any team other than whoever quit the league basically had. So I can just basically say, hopefully they fix that. And then they're saying early next week, there's supposed to be the gameplay update, which is going to be the back half of that update, which, I'm excited to see, but also not excited to see. Because in years prior, I feel like the game has started out really good gameplay wise. And then as a community, we all pick things we don't like and kind of fuss about them. EA goes in to fix them. And instead of fixing them, it's like they really fuck up more than they ever fix in my opinion. So I think next week will probably be, where we see more of a gameplay change and stuff like that than the fixes they did today.
Got your files. I know you hopped on late on the digging into the recruiter's lifestyle last year, but since you're on it early, how do you feel about the big changes on recruiter?
Just in general,
Yeah,
um, I think the NIL is a huge advantage for the bigger schools early and probably throughout. I mean, the whole time. I think it matters a lot. Um, so I feel pretty good at Michigan. Realistically, I mean, some schools got done dirty. Um, with it's tough because we picked on what we thought was accurate, and then the game drops, and it's just not really what it was, or it looks slightly different. So I'm happy, but I think that NIL is huge. As always, though, like winning games over time, if you win a ton of games, your recruit is going to be better. Like you'll get better with that. So there's still a path. It's just a lot easier when you start off with bread. Just for I don't have as much experience as Nate. I haven't been through like 20 leagues, but just for what I'm seeing early, kind of what he was saying too is that the money does talk,
Yep.
which is the state of college football. Though I mean that's real. That's how it is in real life. So I'm not upset about that. It's just kind of how it is. Um, the gameplay, I'm glad my settings are going to save now. I don't have to do them in. That little part is nice.
was that updated?
Which yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So that's
Yeah, that
good.
was a nice touch. I
The
forgot
switch
about
stick
that.
delay, like working. I haven't actually noticed a big difference yet, but I've only played one game, so we'll
that
see.
hasn't dropped yet. That patches next week.
Oh, not yet. Okay, that's
No,
why.
no
Okay, cool.
actual gameplay stuff has changed. Just Dynasty.
Well, I'm glad that they know that's a huge issue because I'm hitting my controller like I'm crazy and it's just not getting any movement. So that's much needed. Much needed. Overall, I think Nate's pretty sharp on like if they change the right stuff that people are complaining about and just don't try to do too much, but just do enough, it'll be good. But like they're taking away armbar. Well, I don't know if they are, but if they do, like they'll nerf armbar, for example, and then like who knows, like spin cycle is crazy again. There's something. Just keep it balanced. Whatever they do, don't go too far in any direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 5'10", 180 pound white receiver just choke slamming 1990 WWE linebackers out of the way off a wide receiver bubble screen is driving me up a wall. But I appreciate the change in gameplay. Like Nate said, it's not nearly as much cheesy stuff that you're getting away with. I would like to complain about man, but something is going to be overpowered in the game. It's just going to be what is it and can you adapt?
I think that catch meter right now is kind of, if you're very good with the catch meter, I think you have a huge advantage in the game.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I feel like they need to take. I don't. It might be a skill gap thing. I'm still on the fence about it, but
That's the thing for me is we've all asked for the we've all asked. You know, it's like in past years there'd be jump balls and the dude would catch it and it'd be like, or the corner would drop it and it'd be like, oh, why? Well, it's not a thing anymore. It's like
right.
green it and then you don't have nothing to complain about unless you obviously get hit sticked or something. But it's like at the end of the day, if somebody hit sticks you, you got hit stick. Still sometimes they catch it. So it's like I think that's probably the best new feature as far as gameplay goes. You know, I like the run blocking and obviously the zone AI is improved, but that catch meter is it's a skill gap adder and it takes away a lot of the, well, what if or why questions.
Agree. Heavy agree.
Dang, I guess that's just me then. I think it's unbalanced.
No, it definitely it's strong, but I think
wildly unbalanced in favor of the offense.
if you're good at it though, because I've played, I mean, just watching games, some people are great with it, and some people don't have it at all, or don't even have it on. And when they don't, you can tell the difference. It's a big difference.
Right.
So
maybe it's just the lab games I've been in. I'm playing with dudes that are playing mud on a regular to try to sharpen my skills. So I'm seeing a lot of old school rocket catching. Like if it's 1-on-1 and this dude has a 6'2" to 6'5" receiver, there's nothing I can do about it. No matter what the defender's doing. Like, and it's almost like the SWAT isn't registering. Not even trying to go for the catch. Like the SWAT won't register and they'll kind of just stand there and watch the dude go up and get it. And that's just probably the most frustrating part, but
I feel like SWAT got nerfed this year. That is one of the downsides, I think, is it feels like they don't really jump anymore. They don't really make an actual attempt, I don't think, to SWAT.
Yeah.
You get no reward for it. It's like no point in really just go for the pick and green it, really. I don't see why you would SWAT a lot of situations.
Yeah.
Which is not how it should be.
One-on-ones with picks, green and picks, in road and CFP. So that's why I was like, on both sides of the ball, I think it's fairly fair. I would say it's probably a little more unbalanced towards offense, but I think that's probably usually always going to be the case. But I've loved that feature. That feature is probably a 10 out of 10 in my eyes, personally.
Gotcha. Well, hoping nightmares don't come true, but I'll keep that gameplay feature a little later. And maybe in a different podcast we could talk about it. Nightmare. Yeah, like certain abilities paired with height and green catching.
Oh, I have heard that Platinum 50/50, like with Oregon's tight end, is just completely fucking broken. Yeah. And I do hope that gets nerfed back. Like, I hope that gets nerfed back a little bit.
Okay, so you're hip. Because I've seen it and I've gone against it, and it's just like short of double covering somebody is nothing you can do. And and I'm talking about
50/50 is broken right now. Anything above gold, I agree with that for sure.
And I'm talking like above a 70% win percentage if they got gold or platinum.
Yep.
So, but that's just me. That's just me ranting on an old man soapbox. What else do we have to talk about?
Not a huge topic, or it's not even a topic, but Bag not being here, Nate, I would say it if he was here too, but we need you in the league for the whole time this year. Don't if you ever feel like you need to crash out on him, I'm sure it'll happen. Just
oh Oh
You
yeah, I'm
guys had
sure
on me
they're.
on the side or something. I know y'all
I'm
are like
sure at
brothers.
least by
Like,
the end of that Oregon game, we will see one of the official Nathaniel Owen crash outs for sure. But no, I'm going to be around.
all right, good stuff. Good
In
stuff.
January, I'll probably take a short break or whatever, but I'm going to stay in the league. I'll be having a baby then, so there'll be
Oh,
that little
Congratulations.
congrats,
period
bro.
right there. But other than that, man, I'm going to be in the league. It's a good time. I've really chilled out. It's more of a pastime for me now. Because and the other thing is, I put in the reps this year to where I feel like I can be competitive with just about anybody. Even like with TCU, I was thrilled with my first game. So we played at Vanderbilt, but if you just go look at the box score, it was about as flawless a football as you can play on offense, in my opinion. And then run defense was phenomenal as well. It's just pass defense. I'm going to get absolutely fucking torched this first season until I can get some DBs. But I'm happy with the team, and then in the grind, I'm extremely happy with the UTSA team. So we battled back from down like 34-24 in that league in my last game, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with where things are at, all things considered.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I was gonna say because you're great for the league. So yeah, we whole time for sure,
Oh
I
man.
appreciate that.
Uh,
sir.
we got time for a quick intermission. This, ooh, got something that's been eating at me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what we're here. I do. I don't know about Nate. I'm not trying to hold Nate hostage. Nate, if you got a house,
Uh,
yeah.
oh
I don't
no,
want to.
I'm good.
I don't want to
Okay.
keep him too long, but this is. I don't even call it a pet peeve, but my goodness, most of us are all grown adults and professionals in some sort of way, form or fashion. But the lack of communication when trying to schedule games is mind-boggling. The league
Yeah.
And it's the
advances.
first couple weeks of a new game. Like if you're not eager to play right now and you're not wanting to jump in the game, or at the very least let the other person know when your times are available, it's only going to get worse from here. It doesn't get better. So
And it's
yeah,
just
that shit makes me want to pull my last hairs out.
like, and God bless Bag because he has so much more patience as a commissioner than I would for it. Cause let me know,
Yo, it's yeah. That's the one.
duh,
That's the one.
let me know,
Or I'll
or
let you know, like the other person's
Yeah.
supposed to be on your time. It's like, come on
yeah,
now.
Yeah,
dog,
bro.
just it. And if y'all need me to hit me up, I'll put something in the bulletin board that you can copy. Hey, I am available between this time and this time. If you would like schedule, because that's what I'll do. I'll tell somebody my availability, and then I will schedule a time in that window. Because even if I give you a 4 hour window, that doesn't mean I'm sitting in front of my console for those four
Right.
hours.
Waiting for your call, like ready?
Yeah, that's not how that works. We all got lives, we all got families, we still got stuff pops up. That is just when I am at most available to play this game. That is not me sitting waiting. So if I give you, hey, I'm available between 4 and 8 o'clock, you're like, all right, cool. Let me look at my schedule. Hey, can you run at 6:30? Bet. Let's make 6:30. Why? Because most of us are in multiple leagues. So if I'm
Yep.
giving you first crack at it, please take advantage. Because once that window, because two games like that in a 4 hour window shuts down to an hour, hour and a half quick.
Up
Mhm.
in a hurry.
And it's just like, oh, he said he was dude, I gave you a window and you just didn't say anything. And at this rate, I'm not a commissioner, but I'd be willing to lean more to the person that's willing to over communicate and give the schedule than the person that was like, well, I was available. He didn't say anything. But what does
Yeah.
that mean when you just like, oh, I'm available?
Big
That
facts.
that does nothing for
Absolutely.
you, does nothing for me, and it does nothing for the commish. Because what's gonna happen is one of y'all are gonna get real upset. He's like, I was available all day, but you really didn't say anything, or you didn't make that crystal clear. And Bag's gonna be like, that dude gave his window, and you just really didn't say anything. And then
Yep.
somebody's gonna get a forced loss or a fair sim off of that. You're gonna lose your mind. And it's just like, if you over communicate, nobody will ever be mad. If you over communicate, nobody can ever be mad because you were clear and concise about when you are available. If you do that, I promise, as silly as it sounds, you'll win a couple of games over somebody that wasn't, just because you communicated. It's happened to me. I've seen it happen.
Absolutely.
Because you know somebody's gonna be like, "Oh man, we got something locked in for 7:45, 8 o'clock rolls around. Hey man, I can't make it tomorrow. This was my window. I got another game to do tonight." Well, guess what? Y'all set that time. That person missed it. You just walked out of there with a force win.
Yeah.
Like, the game is not just played on the game. You still got to recruit, and this is part of it. Scheduling, man. Like, we all want to play the game, but we all got lives. Please, I'm begging you, please schedule these games. And as crazy as it sounds, I think the grind has been doing better than the league.
Yeah, a lot of them ground dudes are hungry, man. They wanna play. You can see it. So
just like, again, not taking shots at anybody, but just clear and concise communication will go a long way. And then you don't have to flood the chat with 30 messages. You can send two. This is my time. I'm available. Could you please schedule something in it? And if that dude doesn't reply in 16 hours, you got the force win. And
sure, yeah. If you need it,
message. Like, I'll let y'all speak on it because I don't want to feel like I'm singling somebody out, but it's just,
I don't think you said one lie at all. I agree with you completely.
Yeah,
For sure.
I think he was spitting facts on that one for sure.
Yeah, I mean the league runs so much better too when everyone's playing their game, scheduling. It's nobody should be that hard to get a hold of.
nah. And even if you can't, just like, I don't really know what my schedule is. If you could put yours out there, and if I could make it, I'll let you know.
That works too. I mean something. Just give us something other than yo. Actually, yeah, hurts me too. That's a painful text to read. Yo.
Or the,
what?
let me know. Don't. If you took the time to write "let me know," don't do it. Just don't message me, because "let me know" does absolutely nothing.
Which want me to let you know?
You put "let me
Well,
know."
I mean, if you're asking the other person to basically set a time, so like, let's say you're free all day and you go, "Yo, let me know," and I can tell you, all right, tomorrow at 5:30 or tonight at 6:30 XYZ time zone, and then okay, I can get that. But if it's just, "Yo, let me know," and then I
That's it.
reply, you
That's
don't
what they
say
see
shit.
though. That's what they'll do
Yeah,
though.
and
It's
then
the "yo, let me know," but because the moment you do that, all right, I'm cool. I'm going to my other leagues to schedule those.
right.
X.
Like, you automatically get last priority because it's just like, I don't know when you're available. I'm gonna work my schedule, and then if you can make what I got left, then that's on you.
Yep.
Or just add like a little sentence to it. Let me know. Like I'm free all day tomorrow. Let me know.
Yeah.
Hey, we're good.
Because that's the thing. If I turn around and I shoot you a time and then you can't, it's like I feel like that should be on you at that point because you didn't give me a time window to work with.
Talk about it.
No other information other than let you know. I let you know, and that time don't work. Then
That's
it
on you.
wasn't really let you know. Yeah.
That
X.
immediately puts it on you, and it's just like, dudes are gonna get upset, and then they're gonna be like, "Well, I was a vet." Let me know don't mean nothing.
And the
Hey,
thing for them to think about too would be is there's probably like 20 dudes in the grind who aren't in the league that want to be in the league, just simply based off the fact that the media is more involved. There's just more stuff in the league that are hungry that if you give them an opportunity they will gladly join. So it's like it would just be smart for everybody to be on the ball, especially with how early it is in the year. It's like I said, if you're not excited to set games up, schedule them, and play other users right now, you're not going to be in November, October. You're just not. You're
Yeah,
not. It's like right now it's hot and heavy.
X.
but that
That's a good.
that's my little TED talk on that. That's just
It's needed, and I appreciate you
the going
saying
back
that.
and forth, and then y'all getting mad at Bagman. He's like, "Bro, it's his force win." You like, how? Like,
And then I gotta go read as a commissioner, bag. Like you wanna go look at this thread, and it's like 100 messages if y'all not saying nothing. I gotta go read every one. That's just not
that's
fun for
it.
me either.
That's all it
It's
is.
like, I don't want to read that.
Because at this, the dude's just going back and forth and just still not saying anything. 100 messages and calling them out. You're like, all right, we did all of this and still didn't set a time.
Yeah, yeah,
Just mind boggling, and it just might be part of that. I used to talk to people for a living, so communication is easy to leave one thing that It's no confusion. Makes it easy for
Yep.
everybody. Because if I know like, hey, I got a game at 6:30, you might be able to tell the old lady, like, hey, I know you want to do blah 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 at 8 o'clock. I got a game at 6:30. That's
Yep.
real life stuff. And that way, he's like,
Yep.
okay, now she can plan, now you can plan. And if you're not there by 7 o'clock, did what I could do. Nate got a
Mm-hmm.
baby on the way. He about to be doing them bottles at 2 a.m. He gonna be on that J Roth
Right.
time. He be like, hey, my schedule's up in the air. I know I gotta feed supposedly at like what 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. J Roth, I can hit you at 4:30 a.m. Eastern. That work for you?
Right. And even right now, it's like she's pregnant. So you got to think it's like 1 minute, she's got a craving for Taco Bell at fucking 6:15. So if I don't have something planned, I'm going to do it.
Talk
If you just
exactly.
tell me to let me know, there's a good chance I'm at fucking Taco Bell, Chipotle, whatever her craving happens to be at that
Exactly.
moment.
Like you living life.
Yep.
You're living
Mhm.
life. Like, and if everybody could get on the mindset of the person I'm playing isn't just sitting in front of their console, I think it would go a long way. Just take
Yep.
that mindset. Hey, I know all these dudes want to play. 9 times out of 10, y'all probably have another league game or are literally just doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
that's all I got on scheduling. I'm not gonna beat a live horse because it's still a
A
live one,
live
bro.
horse. Nah, well said on everything. I agree.
Nate, let me get your expectations for this year, man. I know you talked about finishing the year, and we'll go to your schedule just so you can
Yeah. Expectations for this year. We went over it a tad bit already, but next game I got South Carolina. Pretty much the next four games I'm outmatched roster wise pretty significantly, but I feel like I can win three of those four games, especially with them being at home. South Carolina, Texas Tech, BYU. Put me at 4-0 on the year going into Eugene. Momentum's a beautiful thing, but if I'm just being realistic here, unless the Oregon users booty cheeks at Oregon, fucking 9 p.m. game, I'm probably going to get tapped up in that one. Then we come back with at Oklahoma State. I think that's another very winnable game. Houston has a good roster. It looks like they're 0-2 right now, but I think that's another winnable game. Uh, so that would put me at 6-1 with the loss to Oregon. At Penn State will be a tough game. Uh, I think that's probably a coin toss. That's the only one I think that's really a coin toss the rest of the year, where it's 50% chance yes, 50% chance no. If it was at home, I'd have a lot of faith in it. We'll just say probably lost there, which will put it 6-2. At UCLA, I think it's very winnable. 7-2 at Baylor will be computer, so it'll be force win. That would be 8-2. Florida State at home, I think that's 9-2, and then at Florida in the year, I think is probably the difference between me in the playoffs or out of the playoffs and winning the conference and not winning the conference. I think is that game on the road at on the good end probably 10-1, on the low end maybe 8-3. If one of these games doesn't go how I foresee, maybe the Texas Tech game, possibly even the BYU game or the South Carolina game. Either one of those, will be dogfights. So yeah, I think it could be a very very great year, and I think it's exactly what needs to happen if I'm going to stay with TCU and really be able to build something here. If we have a bad year here, it could really be a long few years. So
gotcha. Fries, did you have any specific questions you wanted to get for Nate before we get out of here?
I think we asked him a good bit. Been a pleasure having him on for sure. Thanks for taking the time and joining. It was great. Killed that.
Yes, sir. Appreciate your time. I know you spent your own hard-earned coin to be on here, so I think you got a little more than your money's worth. Normally, I think it was just supposed to be a section or a little.
yeah, no, I appreciate it. It's been a good time, and I appreciate y'all having me.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Next week we should be back with Bag. Hopefully, Fries and myself probably be back with the face cams. a little more info, a little more data on the league. Um, Fries, you got anything before we get out of here?
Appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Great start to the year. Keep getting those games played, and once again, please save your VODs because we like to watch them. We like to use them for content. So much appreciated.
Gotcha. Oh, and then before we get out of here, for the grind, if you're interested in doing anything media wise, commissioner wise, cheese team, game of the week, helping setting any of that up, reach out the bag. Please, please, please. I know a lot of dudes in there are hoping or wishing that we could do the same amount of content for the grind that we do for the regular league, and it's tough. It really is. I'm gonna try to get a grind pod out by next Tuesday, but it's a toll for if only one or two people are trying to do it. It takes a community to kind of get all this stuff done. So I know personally myself, I'm slightly more interested in the grind just because different storylines, like seeing UTSA out there on the big screen is exciting for me. Because it's 10,000 leagues where I can go watch Michigan versus Ohio State or USC versus Georgia. I don't know how many people I can see when I see Utah State or JMU or ECU or UNLV. I don't know how many times I get to go see that, especially with people I converse with. It's like, oh man, you don't got that 95 overall quarterback. Let's see what you're gonna do with 86 throw power and 78 speed, and you might have one stud on the whole team. you know.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
So, if that is something you're interested in, please reach out to anybody involved, and be more than happy to get y'all set up. And I think the grind would greatly appreciate more coverage and more content over there because I know y'all gonna get tired of seeing the Washington Chief uniforms just because I think they're the most popping thing in the grind right now. Win, loss, or draw.
Well, hold on. While we're on that topic, man, you're bogus for that. You're bogus for naming them the Chiefs when you clearly used the Redskins logo, my guy. Well, that's all I got to say on that 2 cents. They are hard. They are dope. Stadium's sick. But you're bogus for doing that.
Okay, I'll give you the quick lowdown on it. I have no affiliation and no fandom towards the Chiefs. They just had a couple Miami players when I really started following college football, and I always thought the uniforms were tough. The reason I didn't use the name the Redskins was part of the reason that the team went away in the first place. They said some Native American people thought the term was derogatory, so I understood that. And the reason the logo went away is because Nike and all the Washington people were like, not Washington, but all the backers for the team said they just wanted a new clean slate, so they got rid of the logo and the name. But I did a deep dive. They said the logo wasn't the offensive part; it was just the name. So when I recreated it, I just kind of kept that in mind, and then was like, okay, we'll do a name that is universally accepted by Native Americans, be it whether it's in the military, team names, or just how you address somebody of rank in that tribe was the
Fair
Chiefs.
enough.
So that's how we landed on the name. But the logo, I felt like was hashed out enough where they were like the logo wasn't really the problem; it was just the name. So kept the name, wanted to stay in Washington State, so I thought the Washington Chiefs kind of flowed, and that's how we ended up on that name.
Fair enough.
But that's all I got for this one. We'll probably check y'all next week. Probably be back on regularly scheduled programming on Fridays. If you don't like what we got to say, change it on the field or let us know in the Discord. But until next time, for Nate, for Fries, myself, we'll check y'all next time.